Hello everyone, welcome to another Minecraft Survival Seed Review. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate the likes and subs, and the more of those I get, the more videos we'll keep making. This is episode 2 of a short series where I'm reviewing the seeds available in the Bedrock edition of Minecraft on the PS4, just going through them in alphabetical order. Again, for this series I decided not to find every shipwreck and underwater ruin. It takes a long time and you can find them just about anywhere you look. At the end of each video, I'll show the map with all the structural locations identified. For episode 2, I looked at the bamboo forest seed. Overall, this is a good seed, but I don't like it as much as the abandoned village one. There are only 16 total structures, which is less than half of abandoned village, and that is one of my main criteria for ranking them. Still, the seed does have some positive aspects. You do spawn right next to the bamboo forest, and you will see pandas wandering around in it. There is also a massive jungle covering most of the center, south, and west maps. Within this huge jungle you'll find 4 temples, including one that is right over there. Something else I noticed about the jungle is when doing the mapping and flying overhead, the underground structures generate before the forest, or in this case jungle. When doing that, I saw at least 5, 6, maybe more abandoned mines or other large caves. Once you're equipped for exploring, I highly recommend working your way over to this area and exploring those. I bet there's a ton of things to find. There are a good variety of biomes, but no desert and almost no plains, which probably explains why so few structures generated. One of the other negatives is that the end portal is all the way up here off of where I would normally map. I put this map wall near 00 like I did last time, although 00 is actually in the middle of that forest and I didn't want to ruin the landscape. As before, you can see it's not in the center, which throws off my old map naming conventions. So I now call this map center, this one south, southwest, west, and so on around the cardinal directions of a compass. Now it's time for a tour. I'll show a few villages that I think are in cool locations or look like that have interesting tales about them, along with some other points of interest, mostly focusing on the landscape. Here we have our first village. It is a good sized village, although unfortunately abandoned. All the equipment and chests full of loot are still all there, so you could come down here and explore and gain some resources. I am in the south map. Just to the far right of the edge, you can see those brown lines right in the middle on the right edge. That's where this map is. So it wouldn't be too much effort to get here, although sadly there are no villagers to trade with. Just to the north of this village is the first landscape point of interest I wanted to show you. You can see this river sort of meanders here along this plains valley and this hills area. What I really liked was this gigantic mountain structure. The river does go almost all the way through it. You could fairly easily dig out the rest of that and get the river to go all the way through. And if you would like, you could light up this protected plateau in here, make a house or a base point from which to explore the area around it. You'd be very well protected with this enormous steep wall. Even the river has some pretty steep walls. It'd be difficult for any attackers to get in without you seeing them, so I thought this would be a pretty cool location to have, especially with the river going through there. You can imagine sailing up through the forest and coming across this huge mountain range. I just really liked the way this looked. And here's another natural feature I wanted to show. I really liked the way this top of this mountain had sort of an anvil shape to it, and you could build bridges across the different peaks over here on the coast. There's also a couple of floating islands back there which are also very interesting. This is the top right corner of the southeast map, so directly to the right of where I was before. A little farther away from the spawn point, but still easily accessible once you get a little into the later stage of the game. More floating islands over there, but I really like the way this whole coastline worked out. And here's another village, a much smaller one, but I thought the terrain and the location were very beautiful. I also liked that the craftsmen of this village seem to have secluded themselves from society, living either up in the mountain or here deep in a cave. I also like the variety of biomes around here. I really just thought this was a pretty interesting place for a village to pop up. This is on the bottom right corner of the northeast map, so pretty far up towards the top of where I explored, but well worth the visit. Here is the last village I wanted to show you. It's a relatively small village compared to the others, but I really like the location. I especially like how it works into the different elevations with the houses down here and the farms moving up the hill towards the top here. Quite a nice view from up here. This is the far top right corner of the northeast map, so I didn't venture any farther, though there is an igloo over there and another village even farther off the map. So if you head up this way, it's well worth exploring, and it is actually quite a nice view of the surrounding area. For this series, I came up with a way to rank the different seeds using the number of biomes that appear and the number and types of structures that appear, and came up with a formula so that I could rank them. After doing these 2 reviews, this is what the list looks like. At the end of each review, I'll update the list, we'll take a look at it, and in the end we'll see which one comes out as the best new seed in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. That's it for this review. Please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel if you want to see more. I'll end the video with an image of the map. This time around there are so few structures I could include the X and Z coordinates on the map, so you can grab a screenshot to use for reference. I'll be back soon with Episode 3, Coastal Village. Thanks for watching. Bye.